everyone, it's Amy again. Thanks for joining me today for another episode or video in Nate's Art Lab collab. This is the July installation. Our challenge this month was to do a cloud pour because our guest artist is Tiffany from Willie B, and we all know that she is one of the cloud queens. So today I'm going to do a cloud pour, and I've done a lot of these in the past, but it's been a minute. I've decided to do it on a rectangular canvas instead of a round. I'm gonna be doing some neutral tones, and I guess let's get going. With a pigment in the bottom of our cup here, and this is TLP Comet. It is one of the interference piggies, and I'm gonna add just a spot of Galaxy with it. These will leave about a 3-second trace. That Galaxy may just be a little bit thicker, so I'm gonna do a tiny bit of cloud right there. We'll see, I may regret that, but we're giving it a go. Then I'm gonna come in with some Liquitex silver, some Liquitex graphite, some more cloud mix, neutral gray, this one's from Liquitex as well, some TLP Whitehaven. This is a favorite as well. It kind of has a little bit of gold shimmer in it. A really good basic white. Let's go back in with the graphite. Then the silver. And that is probably where I'm going to stop. That is more than enough paint in there. I poured my paints in at an angle. So I'm gonna start with this angle down, and I'm gonna pour where I was pouring them in. Does that make sense? So I'm just gonna start in the center. If I decide I want it off center, then we can tilt it that way. But this is where I'm gonna start. Spitting slightly. You don't have to. I was just feeling it. Aren't as steady today. Sometimes I have a little too much coffee, I think. It makes me get jittery. So instead of a straight pour or a ring pour, I'll do a jittery pour. I think Kathleen calls them a jiggle pour. So now my stream is coming out a lot thinner, and I'm just gonna make it circular right in the middle. You don't have to do that. I'm just choosing to do that on this one. Okay. My center, I want to straighten that up just a hair. When I lifted, it kind of went a little wonky. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just let this sit for a minute. I like the air bubbles to start moving to the top. I hate the air bubbles, but I know I'm gonna have them because this base, I had to, it had settled just a little bit, so I had to stir it this morning. So those are gonna pop up just a little bit. You can see here, little frecklies. Not my favorite, but that's okay. We'll let them come up and then we'll go ahead and torch. I'd rather torch now than afterwards. I'm gonna go take another sip of coffee. We're gonna let this sit for a second. I'm loving what's happening there. I think that's where I was jittery. And we will see what happens. I'm going ahead and tilting a little bit because this has started to go off the edge. And once it starts going off the edge, it'll just pull your whole design off. And we don't want that to happen. One thing I can tell right there is that one of my paints is thicker than the others because it wasn't moving evenly, which is a big bummer. Okay, I'm gonna start spinning this very slowly and kind of see where we start moving. Actually, let me touch this corner up before we get started, just in case I forget. Okay, let's give it a small little spin. No Wheel of Fortune spins. It's not necessary for this technique. We're just slow and steady. Okay, you can see just that little spin started opening things up quite a bit. Now I know I want to tilt a little more this way. I needed my bigger spinner here. Okay, let's give it another go. Easy spinning. And if I was spinning faster, this paint that's dripping off would be all over me and on my shoes and in the floor. That happens. No joke, it happens. Okay. I'm gonna tilt some of that way. I'm liking this kind of oblong look here. Especially on a rectangle canvas. Okay. I think my cloud mix is what's the heaviest. It's not really moving that much. I may need to thin that down. Center it back on my spinner here. Okay, I'm gonna spin the other way. What do you guys think about that? A lot of people say it does not matter, you can spin the same way. Some people say you gotta alternate. What's your opinion on that? I need to talk to someone who knows physics better than I know. Maybe they could help us. There's a lot of paint on this canvas, guys. That's interesting. I love the way that's opening up. Okay, let me show you guys something. Can you see this right here where it looks like it's pulled? That is because there is something there in your paint, whether it's a little dried paint or a little goober from your Floetrol. So now I gotta get it out. Then we'll have to spin and hopefully it'll heal that spot and you won't be able to tell. But when you have a spot like that, that's always what it seems to be. Air bubbles usually will stay in the same place like that. But if there's something in it, it'll make the paint look like it's caught on something. I'm really wanting this to go just a little more that way and then spin it. This to move down a little more and come off the canvas. I'm not sure if it's gonna do that, but we're gonna try. If you're wondering what I'm doing, tilting to the other side now. Now we're getting to the point where it's not really moving too awful much. Okay, we moved a little bit there. I think she's gonna get ticked at me and be like, come on, what more can I give you? Okay, I'm gonna spin it to help that a little bit. See if we can get our design a little more stretched equally. Okay, well, she is done. She says, I've given you all I can. Quit using me, you're wearing me out. Well, not exactly the composition I was hoping for, but I think it's as good as we're gonna get. I say that and I'm dying to tilt some more off of it. Let me give it just a couple more seconds going this way. Okay guys, we're gonna call it. I think we're done. I think we've done all we can do. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks Tiffany for being our guest artist and inspiring us to do more cloud pours. I think I need to get back to some more clouds and remind myself. I do have a lot of cloud videos on my channel, so be sure and check those out. I had a little more success on those than I do with this one, but this one is interesting. I'm loving these puffy tendril things here. So this one definitely has a kind of a storm center look. Kind of a hurricane, maybe that one that hit Houston just a few days ago. I'm sure they wouldn't really appreciate me recreating that storm for them, but it's kind of what it looks like, the eye of a hurricane. It's just really different. So, see you next time.